Today, we'll talk about 3 free agents that ESPN has linked to the Denver Broncos. We'll break down if they'd be a good fit, how realistic the signings are, and what it might cost the team. The first player on the list, according to ESPN's Bill Barnwell, is wide receiver Keenan Allen, a familiar name for AFC West fans. After spending years with the Chargers, Allen played his first season with the Bears. Now he's a free agent, and the big question is, should the Broncos go after him? Before we dive into that, if you love staying updated on the latest Broncos news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an update. Now, let's get back to the news. Allen was brought to Chicago to help young quarterback Caleb Williams with a veteran presence, but things didn't go as planned. The Bears' offense struggled, and they even had to fire their offensive coordinator mid-season. On top of that, they used Allen in the wrong way, forcing him to run deep routes at 33 years old. That's not exactly playing to his strengths. Despite that, Allen is still a smart and reliable receiver. He may not be a number 1 target anymore, but he could be a great second or third option for Denver. Bill Barnwell pointed out that Allen's ability to find open spaces in zone coverage could make him a valuable weapon for the Broncos. I agree. He might not have the speed he once had, but he's still a great safety net for short and mid-range passes. Should the Broncos make a move for him? That's the big question. Let's break it down further. Keenan Allen may not be the fastest receiver anymore, but his football IQ is off the charts. He knows how to read defenses, find open spaces, and make clutch catches to keep the chains moving. That's exactly the kind of veteran presence that could help the Broncos' offense. Adding Allen wouldn't break the bank, and it wouldn't block the development of young receivers either. If Denver signed someone like T. Higgins, he'd automatically become the team's top target. But with Allen, the Broncos can still rotate guys like Courtland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and Troy Franklin into the mix. Everyone would get their chance to shine based on their strengths. Speaking of strengths, Marvin Mims really stepped up at the end of the last season. He's the Broncos' speedster, the guy who can sprint down the sideline and burn defenders deep. That's not Allen's game anymore, but that's why this signing could make sense. It would balance out the wide receiver group, giving Denver a mix of experience, reliability, and explosive speed. Now, how much would it cost? A 1-year, $10 million deal seems like a fair price, though it could go up since this year's draft class doesn't have many great receivers. That means free agents like Allen have more leverage in negotiations. But here's the real question. Would Keenan even want to come to Denver? He spent most of his career with the Chargers, so he might prefer to stay in LA, either with the Chargers or the Rams. Or maybe he sticks around in Chicago. At this stage of his career, he might be looking for a place that feels like home, not just another team. So, should the Broncos make a move? Let's break it down further. At this point in his career, Keenan Allen might not want to pack up and move again. After switching teams last season, he could be looking for stability. That's something players think about. Sometimes it's not just about football. It's about life. But still, the Broncos should at least explore the possibility. Now, here's the big question for you. Would you sign Keenan Allen if you were in charge? If I heard that Denver just signed him, my reaction wouldn't be, terrible move. In fact, I'd probably say, makes sense. It wouldn't cost too much, and there's more upside than downside, especially for the Broncos' offense. But let's shift gears to another possible target, Nick Bolton. Yes, another AFC West rival, this time from the Kansas City Chiefs. ESPN listed him among the top 50 free agents and even suggested that Denver would be a great landing spot for him. So let's forget the team names for a second and focus on the player. Nick Bolton is a tackling machine. Last season, he racked up, checkmark 106 tackles, checkmark 11 tackles for loss, checkmark 3 sacks. Pro Football Focus ranked him somewhere in the middle among all inside linebackers. He's got solid playmaking ability and can get after the quarterback, but coverage isn't his strongest skill. That's something to consider because in today's NFL, linebackers have to cover more than ever. With offenses running 3 wide receiver sets all the time, linebackers need to be ready to defend the pass. But here's where things get interesting. The Broncos are definitely looking for an inside linebacker. Head coach Sean Payton has even said so himself. Zack Baun's name keeps coming up, and now Nick Bolton's name is in the mix, too. It feels like something is brewing in Denver's front office. Could Bolton be the guy? Or is there another target waiting in the wings? Let's dig deeper. Biggest Broncos free agent signing? Here's my prediction. The Broncos need help at inside linebacker, and I believe a big move is coming. Here's why. Cody Barton is a free agent. Alex Singleton is recovering from a torn ACL and is already 32 years old. Cutting Singleton would free up cap space. With all that in mind, don't be surprised if Denver completely rebuilds the inside linebacker position. They could sign a big name in free agency, draft another linebacker, and even add a second, cheaper free agent for depth. Hot take. The Broncos' biggest free agency contract will go to an inside linebacker. I'm calling it right now. Denver won't spend big on a wide receiver, running back, or tight end. Instead, they'll target a top linebacker like Zack Baun or Nick Bolton. The price? Probably $35 to $40 million over a few years. Now, let's talk about the third and final potential free agent target, Aaron Jones. Could Aaron Jones be Denver's next running back? Jones has been linked to Denver multiple times, and now ESPN's Top 50 Free Agents article lists the Broncos as one of the best destinations for him. Here's what ESPN's Matt Bowen had to say. Jones has the speed and vision that Broncos head coach Sean Payton wants in a running back. He's a dual-threat player, dangerous both running the ball and catching passes out of the backfield. He could be a perfect fit for Payton's offensive system, especially in screenplays. And honestly, I completely agree. Jones has great hands, explosive speed, and a skill set that fits exactly what Denver needs. He's not quite a joker back, the all-purpose weapon Payton loves, but he's not far off either. Would signing Aaron Jones make sense for the Broncos? Let's break it down. Should the Broncos take a chance on Aaron Jones? We've seen what Aaron Jones can do in Green Bay. Explosive runs, great hands, and the ability to make defenders miss. But here's the concern. He's over 30, an age where running backs tend to decline. Will his best days be behind him? Will a new team get the same production, or is that risk too high? That's the real question. NFL teams don't pay for past success. They pay for what a player can do in the future. If the Broncos believe Jones can still perform at a high level, he could be a great addition. But if there's doubt, Denver might be better off saving that money. One thing is certain. The Broncos will add a running back. Whether it's Jones or someone else, Denver's going to bring in a veteran running back. That's almost a guarantee. And don't be surprised if they also draft a rookie to strengthen the backfield even more. Here's why. Javonte Williams won't be back. Jaleel McLaughlin showed promise but didn't take a huge leap forward. Tyler Beatty had flashes of potential but wasn't consistent. Audric Estime is still an unknown, being just a rookie. With all these uncertainties, expect a major shakeup in the Broncos' running back room. They could completely rebuild it, adding both a proven veteran and a rookie within the first 2 days of the draft. This might be the last time we see the current Broncos backfield as it is. Change is coming, but who will be the new lead back? Let's break it down further. The Broncos backfield. What's next? Jaleel McLaughlin's underdog journey from an undrafted free agent, UDFA, to a key piece of Denver's offense has been inspiring. But let's be honest, he didn't take the big leap forward in year 2 that many had hoped for. Some people were even saying he could replace Javonte Williams before the season started. But that never really happened. Now, with Audric Estime entering his rookie year, he'll likely get another chance to prove himself. But Denver might not wait around. The backfield could look very different next season, with a new rookie running back, a proven veteran like Aaron Jones, and maybe just 1 or 2 returning backs changes coming, and this running back room is about to be completely restructured. Let's wrap it up with a challenge. Before we go, here's a fun one. Name a Broncos player who scored a touchdown in 2024. Think fast. I've got my pick already. Want a hint? It's someone you might not expect. 3, 2, 1. Nate Atkins. Yeah, that's right. The backup tight end. Did you guess him too? If you did, you're a true Broncos fan. Drop your answer in the comments. Champion.